I blocked my girlfriend when I realized she was engaged to another man. My girlfriend, 28 feet, recently began distancing herself from me, 26 meters, due to mental health issues. Naturally, I was concerned and tried to remain supportive without pressuring her during this challenging period in her life. Gradually, we stopped talking. The relationship was new, so I didn't know her friends very well and decided to find their social media to see if I can stay in contact with them for updates on her well-being. My GF had told me during our 6 months that she doesn't use social media. When I found her friends online, I also found out that she did have social media and used it regularly. To my surprise, I find out she has been engaged to someone since 2019. When checking public records, her fiancé's primary address was listed the same as hers. What the hell? I was shocked and asked her about these things, despite her mental state. She denied the relationship and said they broke it off in 2020, to which I presented her with a photo of them in 2022. She told me she always lived alone and bought her place out of interest for seeing new areas, not living with a fiancé. She said I was being crazy and said it's none of my business. She told me to leave her alone and I said gladly, to which she wildly kept on talking. I think she panicked and realized she was losing part of her support system. Shocked by my discoveries, I confronted her about these matters, despite her current mental state. She initially denied being in a relationship, claiming that they had broken it off in 2020. However, when I showed her a photo of them together from 2022, she insisted that she always lived alone and had purchased her place simply because she was interested in exploring new areas, explicitly stating that she was not living with a fiancé. She accused me of being crazy and intrusive, asserting that her personal life was none of my business. She then demanded that I leave her alone. In response, I agreed, saying gladly. However, she wildly kept on talking. I think she panicked and realized she was losing part of her support system. Part of me is shocked, happy, and relieved to have found the truth and can get the frick out of there before I get myself into a mess with this person, but part of me feels terrible for leaving her when she is struggling and most likely adding to it. I guess I will never know what the full truth is or if she was even struggling. Am I a terrible person for doing this? Update 1. I've took the advice given to me and decided to contact the fiancé and see what they say. 24 hours later, fiancé has not responded or hasn't seen the message on his social media yet. My now ex-girlfriend deleted her social media account entirely with photos of them and info saying they were engaged. She still has another social media account that is private and actively uses that, but I don't have access to it right now. She has added 7 posts to it just this week. I will update again if fiancé responds, not sure when that will be. Update 2. He replied. Her fiancé filled me in on a lot of details. We decided to get on a phone call to sort things out. It turns out they were together while I was talking with her. And they were even still together while I was visiting her place. She would hide all of his belongings. Sounds like she went to pretty extreme measures to hide his existence when I visited. She would only let me come over when he was out of town for work or visiting his family. But, he never knew about me and she hid it very well. He further revealed that they did end their engagement, but it was he who called it off after discovering she had cheated with not one, but 2 other guys during their 5-year relationship. One of these incidents occurred right before she started talking to me. She engaged in sending them messages, talking dirty, and so on. I also learned that the way I met her and the things she said to me were the exact same tactics she used with her fiancé before they moved in together and got engaged. She had expressed a desire to marry and move in with me, just as she had done with him. Additionally, her fiancé mentioned that he met her while she was in another state, in a relationship with someone in the army. She left her army boyfriend, whom she met online, just like her fiancé and me, to move in with him. The fiancé was not angry with me, he was very chill and understanding. We both agreed that her behavior was erratic and crazy as frick. This revelation made it clear that she has a consistent pattern of behavior. It's almost as if she plans her actions in advance, knowing exactly what to say to emotionally entangle a guy, then doing as she pleases once she has them under her influence. When she gets bored or feels guilty, she ends the relationship and starts anew with someone else, building on her web of lies. I'm relieved I avoided becoming more entangled in this situation. I never imagined such scenarios outside of movies. She's clearly a troubled individual, and I no longer feel guilty about blocking her. Update 3. After I contacted her fiancé, she spoke with him and claimed that I had lied about everything. When she became distant in our relationship and suggested we take a break, she apparently went back to her fiancé, pleading for him to take her back, but he said no. It seems likely that she would have returned to me, seeking support during her so-called hard times, had I remained available to her. Looks like the tables have turned.